Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Choosing Beggars. Story 1. He wants spot price for a collectible coin. Should have ended after I told him the price is the price. Story 2. Wedding Beggars. A friend that I have known for a long time recently got married with only close family in attendance at the ceremony. I completely understand and support that decision. What I don't love is they sent out the gift registry to everyone they know. Among the registry items was a contribution to their house down payment fund. This strikes me as a shameless cash grab, but I'd appreciate other perspectives. Story 3. Got one on my post about selling my iPad. I'm not giving you an almost $1,000 value of items for free, LMAO. Story 4. Choosing Beggar, I need you here now. Choosing Beggar client, I need you here now. We are an electrical service provider and have technicians out and about all day servicing sites, and one of our clients, medical center, had some builders do some work. We have some services in the room that they were working in. They forgot to call us in to reconnect all our stuff in the room. This is how the conversation went. Friday 10 a.m. CB, sorry for the late notice, the builder forgot to call you guys. The patients are all moving in on Monday, we need someone here today to reconnect all the equipment. Me, hi, sorry, all our technicians are fully booked, the earliest I can get someone there is Monday. That's a pretty good result, one business day. CB, that's not good enough, can someone come tomorrow, we are closed Saturdays. Me, unfortunately not, we are not open tomorrow. CB, you do realize we are opening the room up on Monday, we need this done before then. Me, you do realize you forgot to book us in, like I said, unfortunately all our technicians are fully booked. But I'll tell you what, I'll speak to the technicians, and see if any of them can work tomorrow, Saturday, but I'll just have to advise that it would be considered after hours, and after hours rates will be charged. CB, how much is that? Me, $XX for the call-out and $XX per hour. CB, that's just ridiculous, we're not paying that. Me, I'm sorry, this is all I have available at this stage. CB, what time can they be here Monday? Me, their start time is 8 a.m. CB, can they be here at 6 a.m.? We open the room at 9 a.m.? Me, sure, but that would be considered after hours. CB, WTH, what do you mean? Why would I pay after hours rates if he comes a bit earlier? Me, because that's the time our technicians start work, if you want him there outside those hours, it is considered after hours, they're entitled to get penalty rates at those hours, and if you want him there at that time, then you need to pay for it. Sorry, I'm not sure what is so hard to understand about this situation. CB, what a joke. Can you book him in at 9 a.m. Monday then? Me, sure, I'll do that now. Story 5. I need money to get train tickets to Italy. Just happened this morning. I am on my way to work and was approached by this guy. He told me he needed money to buy train tickets for him and his family to get back to Italy. I usually don't give money just like this, but this morning I was feeling generous and wanted to do a good deed. He was lucky since I don't often carry around cash, but I had 20 euros with me and gave it to him. He took the money and instead of a thank you just said this is not enough for a train ticket for my whole family. And then proceeded to ask me to go to an ATM with him to get more cash. I told him sorry, this is not gonna happen, I have to get to work. Good luck with getting the rest of the money. What an ass. There are so many people who are so grateful for every euro you can spare. And then you have such entitled CB. Story 6. I thought you did photography for free. I wish I had the text convo, but the exchange was disgusting. Backstory: 2 years ago, at a beautiful botanical garden, my partner and I were working on a photo shoot for our daughter for her first birthday. As we were leaving, I saw a heavily pregnant woman with her husband and he was taking pictures of her with his phone. It gave me flashbacks of just the previous year, during COVID, when I was heavily pregnant myself and didn't have time to take pictures. My daughter was born a little early and COVID made it hard to get a photographer. My partner and I also did not get into photography just yet, so we missed out on maternity pictures. Anyway, I offered to do a quick session and asked for her number so she could send me her email. That way I could send her the pictures once I edited them. She was honestly kind of weird. I'm not saying I wanted her to kiss my feet, but she barely said thank you. Edit. One comment or brought up maybe she was confused or thought it was a scam. I did tell her that I never did this for free and that I also usually don't photograph other than my daughters, so I think it's clear that this wasn't normal in case it should be stated, as I think it's obvious. I also told her how I felt for her as I was in her position last year and I wanted to gift these to her. The pictures came out beautifully. I put some time into editing them to make them absolutely perfect. So I email her a link so she can have about 15 images. They are beautiful and her husband is in some pictures as well. She is so happy with the pictures and does say thanks. A year later, she texts me and essentially is asking if I can do a photo shoot for her daughter in a few months. I tell her that I don't do this as a job officially and more so just for my daughter, but I would be happy to. We start talking about locations. The month of, I check in with her to confirm a date and location. She says she will get back to me and does not, so I tell her to please confirm because I need to plan my schedule. I also ask her if we are doing a mini shoot or a half hour and all of that. I explain that I can customize a package for her. Here is where it gets shocking. This lady has the audacity to ask me this is free, right? I tell her that absolutely not. My photography is nice and it is art that takes time and effort. Further, I am spending my time and money to even just drive to a location. I also tell her that it is shocking to hear her ask that, given I gave her a beautiful session last year. It would have probably cost her $300 minimum BTW with a comparable photographer. I also told her the audacity of assuming someone working for free is frankly awful. She leaves me on read for about 15 minutes and then apologizes, saying she thought I loved taking pictures for free. She ghosted me after I said I could do a mini session with 10 pictures for $100. Are you kidding me? People are so disgusting. Story 7. Seller tries to overcharge me then begs for me to buy. It was a streamable show. I figured she couldn't watch and was going to help take the tickets off her hands. That was not the case. Story 8. Singer who doesn't pay his band goes online to complain about venues not paying. A singer went online to complain about venues that don't pay much. I was in his band 2018 to 2021. His original post was shared by a mutual friend, which is how I came across it. For context, most money the band earned went into the band fund and paid for things like recording and merch. But this band honestly sucked because of this guy. Guy sang out of tune and blew his voice out. Couldn't play his guitar. Only he was in charge of the money. Second photo is from a band chat where I asked about a show we were supposed to split the money, $600. As you can see, he acts condescendingly. He doesn't know proper terms like hired gun. Instead, after we got the check, he bought 4 microphones from a pawn shop for that amount. I bought the same brand mic from that shop for $50. I quit after that. I asked his current bandmates about this post and they say he still doesn't split money with them. Still band fund. My theory is he's gonna get bands to turn down the low-paying shows and he'll swoop in. Diabolical. LOL. But there are great paying shows around here, $1,000 to $4,000. Guy just doesn't get booked for them. Story 9. I don't know if it's just me, but I got vague, next, lady vibes off this. Apologies for the mark UPS, had to do this with Google Photos. Not fun. Story 10. Free plant. Story 11. Guy wanted to trade his, worse, fridge for mine, throws a fit when turned down. Story 12. Ugh, why should I pay so much for people to watch my children, but also I hate my own children all on the same day? Yes, it seems real likely the kids will stay in bed the whole time. Story 13. Delusional musician wants free recordings and gets mad when producers ask for compensation. Story 14. Run my non-profit full-time for free. Story 15. Giving away 100 articles of clothing but wants me to drive an hour to meet her. My first beggar experience. Story 16. Ice cream encounter. Tonight I got ice cream with my girlfriend and my mom, who was visiting. While sitting outside enjoying it, a woman came up asking if we had $20 for Amtrak. My girlfriend and I don't carry cash, but my mom had only $1 on her. She gave it to the woman, who while both parties had a hand on the bill, said, "This isn't enough, you really don't have $20. Like lady, you don't have $20. What's with the attitude?" I was tempted to tell my mom to take the bill back. Story 17. Give me your lunch or else. I'm not sure if this will fit here, so if it doesn't, please let me know. To start my tale I need to let all of you know that I love to cook. I am a great cook, and I cook from scratch daily. This is pertinent to the story. Years ago I worked in an office with about 40 other people. I was asked daily what I'd brought for lunch, and I would bring extras from time to share. Regularly I would get asked if they could have a taste. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't, it depended on how much I'd brought that day and how much I liked the colleague. One fine day a certain coworker approached me in the break room and says, "That smells great. I'll give you my bologna and mayonnaise sandwich if you give me your lunch." I said no thank you and she just kept standing there, glaring at me. I said something along the lines of "We good." She mumbled something and stomped off. This woman was always mad, so I didn't give it another thought. A few hours later I got a call saying that the district manager needed to talk to me in his office. I go in and we pass some pleasantries, then he asked what happened in the break room today. I'd already forgotten about the incident, so I said, "I don't know, what happened? You tell me." This woman had filed a complaint with HR calling it racial discrimination because I wouldn't give her my lunch. What? Hell? Seriously? I tell my side and explain I did not like her lunch. Her race wasn't even on my radar. She was lazy, bitter, and entitled, and I have no problem saying I didn't like her at all. Eventually she got called in to tell her side of the story. She goes into a huge diatribe about how I get home-cooked meals every day. She didn't know how to cook and I was clearly discriminating against her when I said no. She deserves my lunch. Hey! Now the manager and her are both staring at me. I take a moment to gather my thoughts and said, "I hate mayonnaise, I hate bologna even more. And nowhere is there a policy stating I have to give my lunch to someone who asks for it." We all stared at each other for a few minutes before I was sent back to my desk. Without a write-up. LOL. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.